Come on, everybody. Let's go. Get ready for a summertime adventure from another Sommer-Time story. This is the story of The Boy Who Cried Wolf, written and told by award-winning author Carl Sommer.
Take the sheep up to the hill where there's lots of green grass for them to eat, Dad said. And don't forget that in the nearby forest lives a big wolf that loves to eat sheep. So always be careful to watch the sheep. I'll be careful, promised Nicholas. Sometimes in the large forest, it became hard for the big wolf to catch something to eat. When that happened, he took a chance to capture his favorite meal, a sheep. Nicholas always had to be very careful that the wolf did not attack his sheep. What's one of the most important jobs of a shepherd? All right, Sophie?
To make sure the sheep are protected.
Yes, the most important job of a shepherd is to protect the sheep from wild animals. And you look at the sheep, they're pretty helpless. They don't have any horns, they're just helpless little animals, so they need someone to protect them. Some animals have horns. You take a lion and a tiger, they got big teeth, they go on there and they grab the victims that they want to kill. But the sheep is basically helpless, so the shepherds are there, have to protect them, and in the forest there lived a big wolf. And so Dad said, now be careful, watch the sheep. I know watching sheep is important, Nicholas said to himself, but it gets so boring. What can I do? Nicholas picked up a stone and threw it towards a tree. That's a lot more fun than just sitting here watching sheep. Nicholas spent hours throwing stones at trees and rocks. Nicholas grew tired of throwing stones. I'm bored, he groaned. What else can I do? He sat under a shade tree and thought and thought. Suddenly, an idea flashed through his mind. He jumped up and exclaimed, I'll make a slingshot. That should be lots of fun. Nicholas sat down on a rock and made a slingshot. Then Nicholas picked up stones and shot them with his slingshot against trees and rocks. That's a lot more fun than just throwing stones, he said. Soon his arm became tired. Nicholas sat down and wondered, what else can I do? Shooting stones with a slingshot also gets boring. Suddenly he jumped up and exclaimed, I've got a great idea to have a little fun. I'll stand on a rock where everyone can see me, wave my hat and yell, Wolf! Wolf! Then the townspeople will race up the hill to help me. Nicholas let out a loud laugh. It would be so funny to see everyone running, slipping and falling as they dash up the hill. Without thinking any further, Nicholas jumped on a rock, waved his hat, and cried as loud as he could, Wolf! Wolf! What is Nicholas doing? Hi, Jared?
Teasing the townspeople?
He's teasing the townspeople, but he's doing something else that's a little more serious than just teasing. All right? Yes, Gloria?
He's lying.
He's lying. He's making up a story. He doesn't care that the townspeople are working. There's people on the farms, there's store owners, and they're busy. He just cares about himself. He's selfish. Oh, it's me. I'm bored. I want to have some fun. I don't care what other people are doing. He's lying to the townspeople, and he's saying there's a wolf coming. He wants to have some fun because he's bored. He doesn't care about anybody else. And I see that sometimes with boys and girls, Mom, there's a number of children sometimes in the house, and she has to do all the work, and Dad has to come home and do work, all kinds of work. And some children, they don't want to help. If the mom asks them to do the dishes, why do I have to do the dishes? And they're working all day long. They do the clothes. They do all kinds of work. And some children are always griping when they got to do some work around the house. And just like Nicholas here, you know, he's bored, so he doesn't care about anybody else but himself. It's only me, me, me. I want to have fun. I don't care about anybody else. You know, it's a healthy thing when boys and girls think about others and think about how you can make your dad happy, how you can make your mom happy. That's important. Let's see what happens now. He's crying, well, that's dangerous. Wolf, wolf, and all the townspeople are going to be hearing this. Let's see what happens. Everyone heard Nicholas yelling, wolf, wolf. Farmers left their horses in the field. Women stopped their washing. Store owners left their shops, and carpenters threw down their tools. Everyone in town ran up the hill as fast as they could go. Nicholas hid behind a rock and laughed as he watched the townspeople slip, slide, and fall as they raced up the hill. This is so funny, he said. I've never seen anything so funny. The townspeople came with sticks and stones. They were huffing and puffing as they walked around looking for the wolf. Then they asked, "Where's the wolf?" Nicholas hid his grin and lied. "The wolf ran into the forest when he saw you coming." Some of the men and women began to wonder about this when they saw the sheep so quiet. "Where did the wolf come from?" asked the man. Nicholas pointed and said, "Right by that rock." Some men and women walked to the rock and saw no wolf tracks. One of the women came to him and said, "Let me warn you, if you're playing tricks on us, we will not come to help you." His dad also warned him, "Nicholas, I hope you're not lying." "I'm not lying," Nicholas said. Was Nicholas lying? Yes, Barrett?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was lying. He's making up a story. No, I'm telling the truth. Listen what I'm going to say about a liar. Once you become known as a liar, how can you ever tell if you're ever telling the truth again? You're a liar. You're labeled a liar. And that's a terrible thing to have that reputation. Or you might escape something of getting into trouble, but it's better to be known for telling the truth. I once had an interesting thing happen to me. It's happened a number of years ago. We do electrical discharge machining. We have machines, and this machine broke down. And we was telling this customer he needed the part. He said, "It's in the machine, but it's not working. The machine is broke down, and we can't get the part working." And it came down, and all of a sudden, one day, unexpectedly, it was a big customer of ours. He came in on a Saturday and came into the shop, and there was the part of the machine, and the machine was broken. He knew we were telling the truth. He was testing us. We're very successful in our company. We're the largest job shop company with that kind of capability, electrical discharge machining, in North America. And one of the most important things as a business owner is that I have to have integrity. I have to be honest. I have to be known that when we say something, it's going to be true. We're not lying to the customers. And just like with you, learn to have integrity, that you're a man and woman, a boy or girl who speaks the truth. That's very important, because if you tell a lie, how do I know you're not lying when I ask you something else? There's always a question mark in your mind. So be that person of integrity. As the townspeople went away, they began talking among themselves. "There was no wolf," a farmer said. "The sheep are much too quiet. Nicholas is lying." A woman added, "We also didn't see any wolf tracks." "I'm not helping him anymore," a farmer said. "I'm also not helping," a store owner said. "I don't know," said a woman. "Maybe Nicholas is telling the truth." Why were the townspeople so suspicious? Yes, Gabrielle?
Because they didn't see any wolf tracks and the sheep were calm.
Well, hey, we don't see any wolf tracks over here. And the sheep are so calm. If there was a wolf there, those sheep would be jittery and nervous, but they're looking so calm. So you see people that are starting getting, well, maybe we can't really trust Nicholas. They're not sure. But some of them are beginning to doubt. the integrity of Nicholas.
Nicholas kept watching the sheep, and day after day he used his slingshot to shoot stones at trees and rocks. "Oh," he groaned, "this gets so boring. What else can I do?" But whenever Nicholas thought about the townspeople running up the hill, slipping and falling, he laughed and laughed. That was the funniest thing I have ever seen. One day, Nicholas became so bored that without thinking, he suddenly jumped on a rock and yelled as loud as he could, "Wolf! Wolf!" When the townspeople heard, "Wolf! Wolf!" they stopped what they were doing and listened. Many of them said, "That's Nicholas yelling, 'Wolf, wolf.' He's playing a trick again." Others said, "We know it's Nicholas, but maybe a wolf is attacking his sheep this time. We're going to help him." A few townspeople ran up the hill to help Nicholas. As Nicholas watched him run up the hill, he laughed so hard that he had to hold his tummy. "Ha, ha, ha! This is so funny."
How did some townspeople react now to Nicholas? Yes, Charity?
Some people just said, "That's just Nicholas, and he's probably playing another trick," and they didn't believe.
And what did some others do?
Some others said, "Well, maybe there's a wolf this time," and they went up to go help him.
Do you notice that some people are beginning to doubt? And some, okay, well, then maybe he wasn't lying. We're going to try again. But you see, not all the people came like before. But they're coming up, and there he is. He's laughing. He's having so much fun. But he's selfish. And that's the way sometimes boys and girls are. They don't help. They only care about me, me, me. I want to be happy. They don't share. They don't help around the house. They're always griping, always complaining. It's only me, me, me. And let's see what happens now.
However, this time when the townspeople ran up the hill, they looked around to see if they could find Nicholas. When a woman saw him, she yelled, "Look! I see Nicholas peeking from behind a rock and laughing." When the townspeople saw him laughing, they were furious. An angry man said, "There's no wolf. We saw you laughing." A woman asked, "Why did you call us when there was no wolf?" Seeing he could no longer hide what he had done, Nicholas said, "I was bored, so I decided to have a little fun." "It wasn't fun for us," said a man, shaking his finger at him. "Now we know you're a liar and can never be trusted. You'll never see us again."
What were the townspeople doing this time? Ask Garen.
They were looking.
Yes, the townspeople were looking. They were suspicious. And they're looking at, who were they looking at? Was it the sheep or the wolf? Who were they looking at? Let me do that. Nikki?
The shepherd boy?
The shepherd boy, Nicholas. And what did they see him do, some of them? Miles?
They saw him laughing.
They saw him laughing. Of course, they were suspicious. Last time they didn't see him do this. But this time, and then what did happen to the townspeople? Gabrielle?
They were furious.
They were furious. I would be too. I left my business to come up here. This is the second time. And you're laughing. And notice it says, I was bored. I was just having some fun. Yeah, you may have fun, but here, I'm running up this hill. I left my business. I came up here. I was working in the field. I'm a farmer. I came up here helping you. And you had me running up a hill just because you had some fun? You're not going to catch me helping you again. You see, that's what happens when you're a liar. You can't be trusted. He's now known for sure to be a liar. Let's see what happens now.
Then Mom came and scolded him. "Don't ever do that again. That's lying. When you become known as a liar, how can anyone trust you?" "I was just having a little fun," whispered Nicholas. "To you it was fun," Dad said, "but not to the townspeople. They're furious. They stopped what they were doing to help you. To them, you're now a liar who can never be trusted. Don't ever do that again."
I want you to watch very carefully what Nicholas does here. All right. Now, his parents are correcting him. And that's what we parents should do with our children. We try to help you. We got to correct you sometimes. We're trying to make you to become successful. We want you to eat right. We want you to study. We want you to learn. We want you to go to bed on time. We want you to grow up healthy and strong. Some boys and girls, no, they're always griping, complaining. Don't be so foolish. And let's see what Nicholas does. And they're warning him, you're being labeled a liar, and who can trust you anymore?
But Nicholas was not listening. He was furious. When Dad and Mom left, he kicked a stone and grumbled. Why is everyone so mad at me? Can't they take a little joke? I was just having a little fun. And why is everyone talking to me about lying?
Notice his parents correct him and try to help him. And how does Nicholas react? All right? Jared?
He's mad.
He's mad. Why do they pick on me? Oh, it's so sad when they see children sometimes. They don't listen to their parents so foolishly. And sometimes when these children grow up, they suffer their whole life because they never listen to their parents. I can't stress it enough how important it is for boys and girls to listen and obey your parents. How many problems you will avoid in life by just listening to them. They love you. I was once exactly your age. And your parents too. We have lots of experiences. And we want to help you to grow up to be strong and healthy. But unfortunately, sometimes boys and girls don't listen to us as parents. And that's why I've written all these here books to try to teach you things that when you get older, you'll be successful. And it starts when you're young. And some boys and girls, when they're young like this, they don't listen. They just like Nicholas. No, I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Then one day, while watching the sheep, Nicholas heard a rustling noise coming from the forest. I wonder what that is, he said to himself. He quickly stopped what he was doing, turned around, and looked into the forest. What's that I see? He said, trembling. Suddenly, the hungry wolf ran out of the forest. Oh no! Cried Nicholas. It's the big bad wolf! He's coming to attack my sheep! I need to call for help! Nicholas quickly jumped on a rock, waved his hat wildly, and screamed as loud as he could. Wolf! Wolf! There's really a wolf! I'm not lying! Please! Come and help me save my sheep! The hungry wolf dashed towards the sheep. Nicholas kept waving his hat and screaming as loud as he could. Wolf! Wolf! I'm not lying! A wolf is really attacking my sheep! Please! Come quickly! Help me save my sheep! However, when the townspeople heard Nicholas screaming for help, they did not stop working. They just waved their hands and said, That's Nicholas. He's a liar and can't be trusted. We're not falling for his tricks again. Nicholas' parents happened to be visiting some friends in the next town, so they did not hear Nicholas crying, Wolf, wolf.
Now, how did the townspeople react? There's Nicholas screaming at the top of his lungs, Wolf, there's really a wolf. You got to come, wolf, wolf, wolf. He's really serious this time. All right, Barrett?
They didn't really care because they knew it was Nicholas and they thought he was a liar.
Right, he's a liar. And you can't blame them. Twice he did that. Now he's a liar. You can't trust him. And that's what happens to liars. You can't trust them. Let's see what happens now.
As Nicholas watched the wolf drag his favorite lamb into the forest, he groaned. Oh, why didn't I listen? Why did I lie and act so foolish? When Dad and Mom came home and heard what Nicholas had done, they quickly went to see him. When Nicholas saw Dad and Mom coming, he ran to meet them. I'm so sorry for being foolish and lying, he cried. I promise I will never lie again. Please forgive me. Now I see how foolish it is to lie." Dad and Mom gave him a great big hug and said, "We forgive you."
What does Nicholas do now when he sees his parents? Okay, Emily?
He realized that he was being foolish, and he said sorry to his parents when they came up the hill.
Wow, he says, "I'm sorry." Have you ever said those words when you do something wrong? You know, some people are so proud they'll never say that. They never will say, "I'm sorry." They'll never say those words, "I am wrong." And that's a proud person. And so Nicholas is showing humility. He recognizes now, that was a foolish thing to do. I was so foolish. And he says, "I am sorry." Notice what the townspeople do when Nicholas goes before them, how they react.
Nicholas went before the townspeople and said, "I am very, very sorry for lying. Please forgive me. Now I understand how foolish it is to lie. From now on, I will always tell the truth." "You're forgiven," the townspeople shouted. After the meeting, some townspeople came to him and said, "We're proud of you for having the courage to say, 'I am sorry.'" True to his word, from that day on, Nicholas always told the truth. He then became known as one who could always be trusted.
And now, an award-winning song from Character Kids.
You'll be trusted if people know that you tell the truth. Tell the truth. Don't get busted in the lie. That's for fools. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Lie is like a boomerang, it flies back in your face. Once you've spoken careless words, they cannot be erased. There's no deleting conversation. Now's the time for hesitation. Look before you leave. Think before you speak.
You'll be trusted if people know that you tell the truth. Tell the truth. Don't get busted in the lie. That's for fools. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
It's not cool to play a joke and hurt somebody's feelings. Causing time, causing pain, it's just as bad as stealing. You're the one every day who chooses what you're gonna say. Stop before you go too far. Wounds leave scars.
You'll be trusted if people know that you tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Don't get busted in the lie. That's for fools.
Now that's a fool.
Tell the truth.
You gotta
Tell the truth.
Don't be a liar.
There's always a better way.
Your reputation
Depends on the truth and what you say. Trusted if people know that you
people know that you
tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Don't get busted in the lie. That's for fools.
That's for fools.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Oh yeah.
You'll be trusted if people know that you tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Hey.
Don't get busted in the lie. That's for fools.
That's for fools.
Tell the truth.
You got to be honest.
Tell the truth.
You got to be real.
Tell the truth.
You got to be truthful.
Tell the truth.